Hi guys, I'm David Dispinat. I'm hanging out with my good buddy Bill Cole. We're sitting in his studio today. B&H sent us this Wescott EyeLighter out, and we've been testing out for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Bill's been using it a lot more than me with his models because they're coming and going, and this thing is great for headshots. And I'm going to let Bill kind of jump into what he's been using it for and how it helps his photography on a day-to-day basis.
I really love the way this product works on a day-to-day basis for my portrait work more than anything else.
Right.
I can bring in a corporate person for a headshot. Corporate attorneys need headshots. Photographers need headshots as well. Realtors. All of these guys can come in. They stand in front of the EyeLighter. We use a basic light setup, and the EyeLighter catches the light and bounces it back up. You'll see right now, since we're standing in front of it, what it does to bring light up under the chin, gets rid of the darkness that hunted here that makes people look older.
Yeah.
So they tend to look a little bit younger with the EyeLighter on here. But the real beauty of the EyeLighter, and the thing that you're going to love the most about it, is the catch lights. When you use the EyeLighter, if you focus in on somebody's eyes, their eyes are sharper because of more light bouncing right directly into the eye. But also, it's giving you very distinctive curved catch lights at the bottom of the eye. It's absolutely gorgeous. Everybody loves it. It makes the eyes pop. And you know as well as I do that in a headshot, the eyes are what people see first.
That's the focal point, right? When you look at a picture of a headshot, you're going to look right at the eyes. And if your eyes are looking a little soft, this is where the EyeLighter steps in and really helps you out. Wescott has made a really cool tool for studio photographers. And I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be used in the studio. You know, it works best in the studio, but you could use this outdoors or any other kind of setting where you're able to, again, we're bouncing, and we'll go to a wide angle shot here. So if you guys see, we have a, what do we got? The Einstein set up right here.
Einstein set up with a large strip box, gridded strip box. We have a beauty dish set up just above out of the camera frame here. We also have a rim light right back here, a small strip box that's set up on an alien beam.
And that's going to help bring back their hair in. So if their hair kind of gets lost in the backdrop, we use this side light for the rim light, bringing back hair or maybe the shoulders, or if you're still our dark shirt, which is actually one of the reasons that we had to bring it out today is the model we're going to bring in, and we're going to show you before and after pictures of how this thing really performs. And sometimes you want those harsher shadows underneath the chin or underneath the eyes, but when it comes to doing portrait work, a lot of times you just want more of an even light all around, and it makes it easier to edit. You know, you don't want something so dramatic. And that's kind of what this does. It kind of takes some of that dramatic, harsh light out and evens it out and has more of a beauty look to it.
It's much more of a high key light.
Right.
And it works really well for portraiture.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a model, Miss Shay. She's amazing. And we've got a camera set up, as you guys can see in the wide angle shot. We're going to turn these lights off, so it will be a little bit darker when we're shooting, so that we can actually get proper lighting and exposure. And we're actually going to kind of talk about the difference. And setting this up, we're going to have this set up in the scene. We're going to take pictures. We're going to show you the before. And then we're going to get rid of the EyeLighter, and we're going to show you what the same exact picture looks like afterwards. So let's jump right into it, guys. All right, so we've set up with the model, our beautiful model, Shay. How are we doing tonight, Shay?
Good.
Hopefully good. We're going to take some beautiful pictures of you with our EyeLighter. And what Bill's going to do is Bill's going to walk you guys through the actual setup. On my end, I'm shooting with a Sigma 85-1.4. I'm using the Canon 6D on a C-stand. And then what I've done is I've tethered everything to my laptop right here, so that I'm able to actually take pictures and make a decision on the lighting and how I like the exposure and how I like the model's expression. One of the biggest things that annoys me, as Bill knows, is I can't stand hair like all over the place. So like getting the hair just right, because I hate editing hair. That's a big thing for me. Actually, Shay knows this too. So that's why I tether, so that I can go right into Lightroom and I can make quick adjustments and see if this is the lighting and everything I want. Bill actually makes a great diffuser right there. We were taking some shots earlier, and Bill standing right there really diffuses her perfectly. So he's not only a great photographer, but a great diffuser. Modifier. He's a great modifier. So I'm gonna let Bill take over and kind of explain to you guys how we have our lighting set up with the EyeLighter.
The light design that I'm using is fairly simple. In my studio, I use almost exclusively Paul Buff lighting. I've got a white lightning here. Up above, I've got an Einstein with a large gridded strip box. Over here, we've got an alien bee with a beauty dish, standard white beauty dish. What's going to happen is the beauty dish is hooked up with pocket wizards to David's camera, which fires the beauty dish. The Einstein and the white lightning are set up as optical slaves. The Einstein will fire, catch directly into the EyeLighter, bounce right back up at Shay. We've got the small gridded strip box here with the white lightning set up as a rim light. What that's going to do is put light right here on the side of her hair and on her shirt, because since we're using a black background here, both of these are going to get lost in the background if we don't use some kind of a hair light or rim light. David?
So another thing to mention is if you're shooting, you have the eyeliner and you're shooting and you're thinking her eyes look really soft. I mean, they're probably still going to be sharper than what you're used to, but they still may look a little soft. What that means is, and I'm going to let Bill kind of explain how you're going to fix, when you're using the eyeliner, how to get the eyes a little more sharper. It has to do with how you've got your light set up.
What we discovered as we were doing the testing is that the crucial light is actually the large strip box here. It has to be almost perfectly level. It has to match the angle of the eyeliner. And the eyeliner will tell you that the distance from Shay's face to the center of the fabric of the eyeliner needs to be 30 inches. At 30 inches, this will come down and bounce right directly back up, giving you the sharpest eyes you've ever had.
Right. So the 30-inch thing, and that's something that they actually put out in the manual that actually comes with it, is that you want your model's eyes to be roughly 30 inches away from the eyeliner. So we just use a basic measuring tape and we measure it. So the other thing that we do, which I'm going to grab and have Bill do, is when you want to get color balance, I guess we're going to talk a little bit more than just the eyeliner here, but we use the spider checker and spider cube to properly balance our model when we're shooting. So we put it so that when the light source hits it, and our light sources are right here. So I'm just going to take a shot, and then I'm going to be able to use that. I'm going to be able to make a preset out of Lightroom with it, and I will actually be able to get my color balance a little bit better. So that's a very important thing, but that doesn't really have to do as much with the eyeliner.
Dave, is it hard to set up the eyeliner?
So the eyeliner is not too difficult to set up. We're actually going to have a separate video. I will add a link in somewhere up in this general area. You can click on that link, and it will show Bill or I actually setting it up and kind of explaining how to set it up. Is really simple. That's just a separate video. So if you just got it and you want to know how to set it up, we're going to actually have a video. You can just click on that link. So let's take some pictures. Unfortunately, we're going to ask Bill to get out of the picture. We don't want the camera to break. So Shay, give me a sexy. No. All right. So one of the things that I'm going to do when I'm focusing is I want to focus on our eyes. So I'm not exactly set up where I want to be with my focus points. So I'm going to move the camera so I can get the focus points. And I'm okay, it's okay with me if a little bit of the light or some of the scene is not actually, it's not just straight backdrop, right? So when I'm shooting at Shay, I actually have a little bit of light. And I'll show you guys, I'm gonna go on and just take this picture. And let me just make sure that we are focused right on our eyes so we can get that real sharp. Take that. All right. So, and let me just make sure this is popping in here. Let me make sure we are connected, and it looks like we might have disconnected on the tether. So I'm going to pop up a picture though for you guys right now. You can see up in the upper right corner of the picture, it actually shows some of this policy buff grid. Now, that's okay, because I'm going to crop that out once I get done editing the actual picture. So I'm okay with that. It's not going to ruin the shot or hurt it. So it's a little hot though. And it looks a little bit off balanced far as, so let's try to make sure that our line of sight's a little bit better. That looks good. And so that shot was hot, so we need to probably bring our f-stop up a little bit, and we'll drop my ISO. Refocus, make sure that the eyes, and I pretty much refocus every shot, even though I do back focusing, the shot should pretty much stay the same, but I don't want to mess up on getting a really sharp shot. So again, we're just going to grab another picture. We're going to see how that looks. And now the light's a lot more even. I'm a lot happier with that. If you notice, the rim light's really bringing out the hair to the left, or her right. So, well done, Shay. I appreciate it. By the way, Shay does have an Instagram. So Shay, if you'd like to give him what is your Instagram, Shay?
It's _Shay_Shay_.
Shay_Shay_. We'll pop that up on the screen right now. Also, look in the description down below. You can, we'll add a link to her Instagram so you guys can check that out. And she is available for hire as a model. She's a great model to work with. lots of experience, a lot of fun. We shot many things with her over the years. So, all right, let's get a couple more shots here. And it's looking really good. Now, granted, if we're doing a professional shoot, we would have brought in a hairstylist and a makeup artist to really clean up the model. Not that she looks bad by any means, but since this was just more of a tutorial to explain to you guys how to use the eyeliner, we just kind of really just asked her like 2 days ago, we need you to come stand in front of this thing and smile for us. So we're going to take a couple more pictures, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the eyeliner out, and then we can start showing you guys kind of the difference of what it does. Now that we have the pictures with the eyeliner, what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull it out of the scene, and we're going to show you the difference. And so I'm going to have Bill come on in, and once Bill pulls it out, he's going to pop back in, and he's going to explain to you, kind of, before we've even taken the picture, we already know what we're going to expect. And he's going to come in and point that out to you guys, so that, good job, just drop the eyeliner, okay. Anyways, Bill, let them know what the difference that we're about to see in this next picture.
And what's going to happen, since we don't have that reflected light coming from underneath, the area under Shay's chin and up under her hair here is going to be a lot darker. You're going to notice shadows in here. In fact, most likely we're going to lose almost all of the detail here between her neck and her hair. Now the eyeliner actually will help contour her face. One of the things to look for is the contour line on her cheekbone. You're going to notice that it actually changes the shape of her face a little bit because now she doesn't have that even light from the eyeliner. They're both great shots. It's just a matter of which one you want in your business.
As well, you're probably going to notice Shay is going to look a little more serious in these pictures. Now, she looked fairly serious in the eyeliner pictures, but she knows that when we take this away, that those darker shadows, those harsher shadows, a serious look is going to look a lot better. Where she's smiling and stuff won't look nearly as good as it does with the eyeliner, the way that it, again, contours her face and it kind of evens that light out. So smart models will know, if they've worked, and she's been playing around with us for, I don't know, the last 3 weeks on this thing.
Wonderful person.
Yeah, so we've been using this thing, we've been using her the last 3 weeks to test this eyeliner out. So she already knows that the facial expression changes also the shot as well. So let's take a shot. Let me make sure that we are focused on the eye, and so I'm going to have to readjust here because she's moved just a tad bit. So I'll get my focus point on exactly on her eye. And I'm just using a single focus point to get her right eye, or I guess it would be her left eye, my right. All right. And now you're going to notice a much different shot. If you notice the bottom left of her, or it would be her right, the bottom right of herself, right underneath her chin, it's going to be a lot darker, and the contouring, far as the lines that are on her cheekbone on her right, are going to be completely different. So let's take another one. And again, so if we want to get it's a little dark for me, but again, that's where the eyeliner really helps out. I'm just going to have you raise your chin a little bit, Shay, and look a little bit to your left, a tad bit. There we go. And now that fixed a little bit of that shadow. So now let's bring the eyeliner back in for one more final shot so that we can see the difference. And we're going to keep that same facial expression this time, Shay, if you don't mind, just so you guys can see the actual difference with a similar facial expression. All right, and here we go. And now if you notice that jawline on her right underneath her right side of her body, and her neck is going to be a lot more, and we'll grab one more, it's going to be a lot more softer. Now give me a smile, Shay. And you're going to notice how she lights up a lot more with that eyeliner, with the smile, versus taking it away, and you get those darker shadows. So all in all, Bill, jump on in here, just so we can kind of sum up this little video here, because I think I love it, but I don't think I've heard him stop talking about it.
I love this thing. I've been using it now for 3 weeks, and I don't want to get rid of it. That's all.
He doesn't want to give it back to B&H. We may end up having to actually buy this from B&H because he likes it so much.
Can we have it get lost in the mail?
Yeah. Yeah, well, well, now we said it on the video, so B&H is going to see it.
Sorry
They're going to be
about
like,
that.
I'm not falling for that one.
Oh well.
Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping in. Again, I'm going to add a link again one more time right above here. If you guys want to see how to put the eyeliner together, for some reason I want to call it a liner sometimes, but it is the EyeLighter by Westcott. And Shay, your Instagram again is Shay_Shay_.
Underscore Shay underscore Shay. Or underscore
Wait,
Shay underscore Shay underscore.
So 3 underscores, 2 Shays. I think you guys can figure that out. But again, we'll add a link down below in the description. Thanks for stopping in. And as always, there'll be a link at the very end of the video. If you guys want to click on it, it will take you over to B&H. You can actually take a look at the Wescott EyeLighter and see if it's something that you might be interested in. Again, leave comments down below. We'll do our best to answer any questions you may have. Hey guys, if you'd like to check out our website where we have all kinds of fun and exciting blogs, videos, and extra information that isn't on our YouTube page, click right here. If you'd like to talk to us or contact us and kind of take a look at all the different stuff that we have going on, we've kind of funneled it all through our Facebook. You can hit our Facebook page right here and follow us or like us. Now, if you like to look at cool pictures and behind the scenes stuff, we do that on Instagram right here. So go on and follow us on Instagram. And of course, we got our cute little bird right here, Mr. Twitter, and you can follow us as we do our short tweets.